Hey guys, in this video, I'm going over 7 things you absolutely have to know before successfully quitting your job. It's scary and exciting, and there's a lot you can do to prepare. If you guys follow these tips, I guarantee you 1, you'll have a better game plan for making money, 2, mitigate your risks, and 3, drastically increase your success rate in entrepreneurship. These are the things that I wish I knew, and yeah, stay until the end, and this video will have a huge impact on your future success. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to say is that the possibilities are endless after you quit. Really, there is so much potential for creating change in the world as well as gaining financial freedom. Entrepreneurs are just way more likely to become millionaires, and the data supports this. Only 18% of American households are headed by self-employed people, but they are 4 times more likely to be millionaires. So yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of millionaires that are self-employed, but even with all this data, it seems like a lot of people are hesitant when it comes to, working for themselves. They think it's just more risky, but actually I think the opposite. When you're working for a company, they could basically go down or fire you at any point. I'd rather be more responsible for the success of my own company and sort of be more in control that way. Before you quit your job, you should definitely know that the possibilities are endless once you take charge of your own destiny. Now, when it comes to my own personal experience working a 9-to-5 versus building my own businesses, I found that the latter was just so much better. Now, personally, I've just been so much happier building my own businesses rather than working a 9-to-5 job. The only 9-to-5 job I ever worked was working for a mortgage company back when I was in college. I just found the whole experience pretty soul draining, and I was just completely bored all the time. However, when it comes to working for myself, I'm just way more excited about it. And it's awesome being able to think that I am building something that I own myself. If you look at the studies, they also show that self-employed people are happier. They show that if you're an employee, you need to earn 2.5 times as much money to be as happy as someone who's self-employed. And that seems about right. If someone were to offer me 2 options, 1, making way more money as an employee versus making less and doing what I'm doing right now, I would definitely choose the latter. And guys, there are a million ways to be successful in entrepreneurship. For example, you have Under Armour, who actually targets those that don't want sweaty clothes when they exercise. You have Purple, and although they are a mattress business, their niche is actually in the creative content space, where they use creative content marketing to drive organic traffic online. You have Lefties, who actually sells products for people that are left-handed. You have Nomadic, who targets travelers and remote workers. You have content creators, online coaches, copywriters, virtual assistants, bookkeepers. Really, the list is endless in terms of what you can do with entrepreneurship. So yeah, this just shows that you can build a successful business in pretty much any area. In conclusion, I want to say that the possibilities with entrepreneurship are so great, and that the choices and directions you can take while building your business are not limited at all. The next thing you guys should know is that some types of businesses take a long time to make money, and some types are much faster. I always recommend picking the faster options. Successful millionaires tend to start businesses that they think are going to make money. They look for areas of big demand and small supply. Also, some industries are over 600 times more likely to be successful than others. So while it might seem obvious to carefully choose your business idea, it's surprising that a majority of people don't actually spend too much time on this part of their business. 63% of new business owners admit that their venture does not have any type of competitive advantage. And only a third say that they really did a deep search for a good business idea. What this shows is that it's really important to do your research and to choose a business type that will be profitable. I'm actually going to link below some of the top business ideas that I think are perfect for 2022 and beyond. And doing any of these is going to make you way more likely to be successful. But yeah, in summary, we're talking about things like internet-based businesses or service-based businesses that you can scale. This includes things like consulting, copywriting, coaching, creating digital products, making blogs, doing a personal brand, e-commerce. Really, the list is endless. In general, you'll want to build a high value skill and offer that skill as a service to clients. Having that high value skill allows you to actually have a sort of barrier to entry, right? Like selling t-shirts to anyone is pretty tough because anyone can do it. However, learning a really useful skill like helping companies set up their productivity platforms, that's going to be a much better business idea because not too many people know how to do that. The business idea you choose is really the foundation of your entrepreneurship journey. money. So I really encourage you guys to be intentional with what you choose. Choose a market that's growing, that has growing demand, and also try and make sure that there is a small supply, right? So if you have that high demand but that small supply, that really is a winning formula. And I mentioned this earlier, but some industries are just way more likely for you to succeed than others. I recommend checking Google Trends and making sure that the demand for that service or type of business is growing and not shrinking. The next thing you need to consider before quitting is, do you have reserves or cash flow? If not, consider building income before you quit your job. Really, the golden rule is to save at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses so that you have financial peace of mind when leaving a job to pursue a passion. A lot of people are going to tell you that new businesses often take a while to see profit, and that is true. Some businesses might also require additional startup costs that you might not expect, so it really is important that you have enough saved for a rainy day. Now, actually, I'd recommend for most people to actually keep their job until they've started seeing traction from a side hustle or business that they are doing. The reason for this is because, sometimes it does take 3 to 6 months. Sometimes it can even take longer for your business to see traction. And you really have no idea how long it's gonna take when you start, so it can be risky if you're low on money. What I recommend is, if you don't already have a side hustle, now might be a good time to actually start looking for one, because after you quit your job, you'll want some type of cash flow so that you're not just relying on your reserves for those 3 to 6 months or longer. The great thing is that you can actually do a side hustle while building your main business, right? So that's exactly what I did for so many years until I saw success. It really did save my butt, and I just did a ton of high-paying side hustles like tutoring and photography to pay the bills while I was working on my bigger businesses that were not profitable. If you can bring immediate cash flow like that, then it makes leaving your job much easier. And yeah, don't be scared to actually try different side hustles. That's what really allowed me to find my passions. And who knows, one of those side hustles could turn into a full-on business in the future. So keep your mind open to all these opportunities. The next thing you need to know is that you have to have a niche. The biggest mistake that a ton of people do, including myself, is making a business that's super general that targets way too many people. When you're doing this, it becomes very, very hard to succeed unless you have an absolute gigantic marketing budget. For example, for my first big business, Charge Athletics, I made the big mistake of not having a USP and niche. USP stands for unique selling point. And yeah, there was nothing really special about my clothes. There wasn't really anything that differentiated it from other companies. And as a result, I did not have a niche or a specific group of people that I was targeting with the brand. A niche really allows you to immediately differentiate and have a much higher conversion rate with your audience. For example, let's take a look at two companies. One company makes t-shirts for everyone, and another makes t-shirts for BMW enthusiasts. There's no reason for anyone to really buy that t-shirt that is for everyone, because there are probably millions of companies selling the exact same t-shirt. However, when you look at the company that is specifically devoted to BMW enthusiasts, that is a much, much better niche and something that people are actually going to buy. Finding a niche has actually helped so many companies become successful, including one of my friends who actually had an SEO marketing agency that was, pretty general. They weren't seeing much success, there was no traction, but then one day he actually converted that SEO marketing agency into one that was devoted towards life science companies. Literally, the moment he did that, the success of his company skyrocketed. They got way more clients, and it makes a lot of sense why. Why hire a general SEO company when you can hire a company that is focused on your business's niche? That's basically what I mean when it says it's going to drastically increase your conversions. And it's going to make an even bigger difference later on when you actually do organic and paid marketing, because it's going to make it much more easy for you to target a specific audience or business. But that's a whole different conversation, and we won't get into that in this video. A general rule I like to say is that your future business should have a target audience that involves less than 10% of the population. And yeah, I'd say that anything between 2 to 10% is a really good place to be. So yeah, before you quit, make sure you understand what your niche is going to be in and don't create a general business. Next up is you need to understand the importance of building a circle of friends who are also entrepreneurs. Now, based on my own life, from ages 0 to 27, I was only around non-entrepreneurs. I grew up in the very education-focused city of Palo Alto in Northern California. I went to UCLA and majored in psychobiology, and as a result, 99% of my friends also want to go down that traditional career path. Then in 2019, I actually moved to Costa Mesa, California, and I was surrounded by a completely new set of people. I remember thinking, hey, doing entrepreneurship surrounded by, traditional career people was pretty tough. So I really need to prioritize actually finding entrepreneurs to hang out with. Now I'd say that around 80 to 90% of the people I talk to or hang out with actually work for themselves. And that has been a complete game changer. Entrepreneurship is really lonely, and it's even lonelier if your friends can't relate to your struggles or you can't bounce ideas off of them. So an actionable that I will give you guys right now is to go out and actually find entrepreneur friends. Check out your local meetups, look on social media groups, DM people on Instagram, find friends of friends. This is super important and something that you should definitely be doing before you actually quit your job. If you pursue entrepreneurship alone, there is a chance you'll quit after some roadblocks. If you're not alone on this journey, however, you won't quit. It's also going to make you way more likely to be successful. And the main reason for this is because of masterminding. I've learned so much from my friends, and I would be nowhere near as close to where I am today if it weren't for them. For example, I was inspired by my girlfriend's mom, Janelle. She worked her butt off to create a really successful medical aesthetics practice here in Southern California, and seeing the life that she built for her family was super inspiring. I have tons of creator friends who, I bounce ideas off of all the time. We learn from each other about what works and what doesn't work. I have friends like Carlton, who I met in this apartment building, and he got me completely hooked on tax strategy, which of course has been a complete game changer. Really, your network gives you a huge competitive advantage. For example, I'm starting up a blog right now, and one of my friends, Ryan Scribner, is actually a pro blogger. And yeah, I can hop on a call with him, ask him questions. And as a result, I'm just way more likely to succeed because, I have mentors helping me. There is a saying that says you are who you surround yourself with. And this is extremely true when it comes to having friends that are entrepreneurs. If you hang around 5 entrepreneurs, you're going to become the 6th entrepreneur. And if you hang around 5 employees, then chances are you'll become an employee too. So yeah, go out there, find other entrepreneurs who positively influence and inspire you to be the best version of yourself. You'll definitely be happy that you did. Next, you must understand the importance of investing time and/or money into self-education. Entrepreneurship is like being in school again, except now you're learning real-life skills that will help you make money. Really, the key word here is learning, because stagnant entrepreneurs don't learn. They just do and do and do with no learning. Learning is crucial because it actually changes your behavior, your decisions, and your mindset. So before you quit, you need to understand that you're going to have to place a big emphasis on your self-education. You'll need to read books. You have to be open to, getting mentored, getting coached. You'll need to attend conferences. You'll need to watch educational YouTube videos. Really anything that helps you increase your skills and your knowledge. This is super important because this is something that, no one can take away from you. Once you have skills and once you have knowledge, you'll have it forever. Skills really are the reason why tons of successful entrepreneurs can, go broke tomorrow and then easily become a millionaire again in a year. So yeah, if you aren't already, keep acquiring new skills and keep seeking new opportunities to learn. Otherwise, you're just going to be selling yourself short of reaching your full potential. I sort of like to think of it as a video game, and you are this character that comes into the world with little to no skills, and the only way to progress is to actually buy upgrades or spend the time grinding out to earn the experience points to level up. It's really the same thing in real life, and that's why I place such a big emphasis on self-education. So yeah, before you guys quit, have this mindset with learning, right? Be excited about it. The more you know, the more opportunities you'll have and the more successful you'll be. Next up is something extremely important, and that is to start to learn marketing. This one is big, and lots of people think that these small details in their business are more important, right? Like your website, the font you're using, the packaging, the logo, all that stuff. What I'm gonna tell you guys is that none of that is as important as marketing, and I promise that from a personal experience. With my company Charge Athletics, I actually lost over $20,000 just due to the fact that I did not know how important marketing was. I spent all this time making sure that the clothes were perfect, making sure the packaging was great, the website, all that stuff, but I totally neglected to spend any time, effort, or money on marketing the brand. I know it sounds weird, but if there's only one thing you could do for your next business, it would be to market. Starting a cafe, it's all about marketing. Starting a copywriting agency, marketing. Clothing brand, it's all about marketing. If you guys place emphasis on marketing, you're gonna have the money from sales or business to actually invest in your company to build a better website, better product, all that stuff. When you're focusing on all those unimportant details, you're actually procrastinating from doing the things that are most important. And that is getting business or sales. And that comes from marketing. I will say it's definitely a huge shift from going from an employee to a founder. Before, you likely did not have to actually get the business in, right? You just had to fulfill it. Now, unfortunately, you have to do both. Now, one specific subset of marketing that I think is going to apply to everyone watching this video is personal branding. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm super big on personal branding. It can help you start any business with a much greater chance of success. This is basically just marketing for yourself, which equates to marketing for your business. I cannot emphasize how much personal branding has changed my own life, and that's why I talk about it so much in my videos, right? Anyone, an introvert, extrovert, poor, rich, we all have a great shot at building a personal brand. And a lot of people just don't realize how much of a difference this can have on your entrepreneurial journey. It really is unfair because now I can start a business tomorrow and have a 10 times higher chance of success versus me 5 years ago. And the main difference, it's because, those skills, of course, but also because now I have a personal brand. If you guys actually want to learn how to build your own personal brand, I have my own flagship program called the Personal Brand Masterclass. It is 6 weeks long. You get your own success coach, live Q&A calls, and our own community where you can talk with other like-minded people. And yeah, we are open for enrollment. So if you are interested, I will put a link in the description below. Like I mentioned already, you do not have to be an extrovert to be good at marketing. Marketing is not only just cold calling or attending conferences to drum up business. In 2022 and beyond, there are so many great forms of marketing that exist for us introverts. For example, creating YouTube videos like this. Yes, I am sitting by myself talking to a camera, doing Instagram or TikTok, creating content on LinkedIn, or even doing copywriting or online ads. There really is no excuse to not prioritize marketing in whatever you're about to do. Otherwise, it's just like shooting yourself in the foot before a marathon. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and my whole goal really is to give people the resources they need to live the lives that they want and reach financial success. Everything I talk about stems from my own personal experience with entrepreneurship and how blessed I am because of it. So I really hope you guys aren't thinking, why is this guy trying so hard to get me to quit my job? I'm not trying to do that. There is a reason why you guys clicked on this video. And I just want to help you guys make your desires an actual reality. Anyways, if you guys want some free stuff, I will link it down below. You guys can get some free stocks and crypto. And also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to share it with a friend and also hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. I make a ton of content about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and investing. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.